Now, my next guest knows his arias from his elbows. He's the factory worker from Salford whose unlikely talent for belting out Nessun Dorma has led him to become one of the UK's biggest-selling acts of the 21st century. Now, earlier this year, along with Sean Reeves, he won BBC One's Just the Two of Us. And he's a man who knows exactly the right way to show a girl a good night at the opera, and he looks a bit like a puppy.
As a young whippersnapper, I used to sit in my bedroom, busking along to my Beatles bumper collection book.
I left school at the age of 16 with no qualifications whatsoever.
That was nauseating but huge.
Sean! So are you.
You're gonna have to bury the hatchet. You moved pretty good for an opera singer.
I can now reveal the champions are Sean and Russell!
The most important thing about what I'm doing is that I enjoy what I do.
It's been incredible.
It's Russell Watson!
Hello.
Grab a pew next to the lovely Lulu.
You came slipping down their stairs much easier than I did.
I'm sorry for calling you a puppy,
A puppy.
but you're just really cute.
Thank you.
I'm a bit hormonal, forgive me. Now, just tell me, because now you are used to the big event. You've done quite a few of these big events now, so can you just name me some of the people, you know, in the world that you've sung in front of?
I mean, I've been very fortunate in the last 6 years to have done some amazing performances. Pope John Paul II at the Vatican, that was amazing. President Bush, I did a concert for him on the West Lawn of the White House.
Who is now almost your best mate, let's just face it. How many times have you performed for President Bush? So let's not let politics enter into this. What is he like?
It's a good gig.
Can he talk?
It is a good gig. Well, he came over to me and he was mighty impressed with my singing.
Did he say, can you sing Stand By Your Man?
No, he said, can you come and sing on Air Force One for us, Russell?
He didn't.
And I said, no, sorry, I'm busy at the moment, love. And he said, what do you say in UK? You're cheeky.
Did he call you cheeky?
He called me cheeky.
How brilliant.
Yes.
You're quite wise not to do Air Force One. It's like a massive flying target, isn't it? You
Yes,
don't want
it
to be
is.
on that.
Smart.
Certainly with a few
Yeah,
people in here,
smart,
anyway.
Clever guy. Clever guy. And can I, because I am obsessed by the royal family.
Yes.
Have you performed for any British royals?
Yeah, near enough all of them.
Yeah?
I did an event at Buckingham Palace recently, and the Queen came in and said hello to everybody. We're all lined up. And I think on one side there was Robin Gibb, and on the other side was Eric Clapton, and I was kind of in the middle. And the Queen walked past us, and she looked at us and she went, "Who are you? Are you in a band together?"
No.
Hello?
No.
One of the things I was wondering was that when you started your career,
Yeah.
did you have a game plan, or was it just that you had a passion for singing and you'd sing wherever you could, and at that time it was in the working men's clubs?
I spent 10 years schlepping around the working men's clubs. I mean, there was some terrible nights I had, but there were also some very good nights. But it's where I did my apprenticeship. It's where I learnt my trade, and I wouldn't change that for anything.
So how
Taught
did
me how
you
to entertain and.
But how did you discover your voice? How did you get to sing Nessun Dorma for the first time in a working men's club?
It was Wigan Road Working Men's Club. And as the cigarette smoke rose from the ashtrays, Sydney, the concert secretary, appeared.
He's very good at impressions. Very good.
I tell you what, Russell, you've got a great voice on you there, lad.
So thank you very much.
Have you ever tried any of that operatic stuff?
No, I've not actually.
Because I reckon that nest and doormat would suit your... would suit your voice right down to ground. You know, that one by Pavarotti.
So you sang it, and it was a hit.
I went off and learnt it phonetically, because I couldn't speak a word of Italian, obviously. I mean, I was a Salford lad. And the first time that I sang it live in front of an audience was the first time I ever got a standing ovation. But I did have some strange experiences with Nessun Dorma.
Like?
I remember I was doing this one club one night, and I walked in, and I handed... You have, like, dots. You have... You know that, don't you? You have, like, your dots, your book of music, and you give them to the musician.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Off you go. And I said to him, I said to the guy, the organist, I said, are you OK with Puccini? Are you OK with...
Yeah, I might play it every week, he said. No problem.
So anyway, at the time I arrived, there was one empty beer glass on his organ.
Oh, dear.
By the time I got on to do Nessun Dorma, there was 14 empty beer glasses.
Oh.
And I said, ladies and gentlemen, Puccini's Nessun Dorma, and I swear, remember Tales of the Unexpected? It was Tales of the Unexpected.
Oh.
Bum, 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 bum.
I remember.
That's fantastic. Yes,
So go on, let's
So it was a
can't
mare.
wait.
So it was terrible. So I said to him, look, please stop playing. Just play me an F. And he played me an F, and I started singing, and I did it a cappella, and the place went crazy. And...
But you can't have a better grounding, I don't think, for learning. It's like learning a tool of entertainment.
Yeah.
It's not just about the singing, it's about being an all-round entertainer.
Yeah, and it's also, you have to go out on the road. You have to get on the road,
Yeah, you
don't
do.
It's like earning
To
your
learn.
stripes.
You have to learn the trade, like you said.
Now, you tried out classical music, you hadn't done it before, and I know that you tried out classical music
Only with him.
with Russell, and we've got a clip of you two
And when he
together.
asked, I went, what, me?
Let's just have a look at it.
Sogniamo un mondo senza più violenza, un mondo di giustizia, di speranza. Ognuno viene alla sua vicino, simbolo di pace, di fraternità.
That's really beautiful.
It was all because of him. He said, would you do it? And I said, I don't know if I could do it. He said, oh, well, I bet you could. Come and try it. So we went along, we rehearsed. He was auditioning me, you know that. I wanted to see if I really could. So we went.
She was
says, no,
great.
no. So he played the piano, and he went, oh, good. I went, that wasn't bad, was it?
And on to Just the Two of Us, where you
Yeah.
two met again.
Yeah.
I just want to revisit your fine moments on
Yes.
Just the Two of Us. Have a look at this.
Hold me, baby.
I wanna love you like a lover should.
You're fine, so kind. I wanna tell the world that you're mine, 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 mine.
Like so nervous and I twiddle my thumbs. I'm really nervous, but it sure is fun.
Come on, baby, you drive me crazy. Goodness gracious, great.